Hey, do you know what custom intent and custom affinity audiences are and how to use them for YouTube ad success? In this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how to set up your custom intent and custom affinity audiences, which are audiences that are people searching for specific keywords or visiting specific URLs and also have different interests. So stick around and we'll get right into the video. All right, so we're gonna start with custom intent. Google's custom intent audiences are those group of users that have demonstrated by their online activity that they're looking to purchase a specific product or service in the near future. So they're visiting specific websites and they're searching for specific terms online, right? So you can actually target them in whatever stage they are in the funnel, right? Whether it's in the middle of the funnel or the bottom of the funnel. And those are the custom intent audiences. For us digital advertisers, this has been a nice improvement from the long established affinity audiences, which infer customer interests and categories, right? But today we're gonna go into giving you some insight into how Google makes distinction between intent and affinity, right? The fact that distinction exists, it actually makes custom intent audiences even more appealing to us advertisers that are eager to find that user that is right at the edge of purchasing a specific product or service. All right, so let's dive in and show you how you can actually set up custom intent audiences inside the Google Ads dashboard. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Tools and Settings, Shared Library, hit Audience Manager, and it'll take you to this page here, okay? And you also want to have your keyword planner handy. Now, why would you do that? Well, it's important for you to understand what keywords are going to drive your ROI. So custom audiences, we go here to this tab, we want to click the plus button. You're going to see this screen right here. Audience name, you can label it according to what you're searching for. So let's do an example here. And let's say you're selling furniture online. I first want to go to my keyword planner. Now I know that I'm selling furniture, so I'm just gonna label it here. I'm gonna go to my keyword planner. So I'm selling furniture online, okay? So the keyword I wanna use is, let's say furniture for sale. I hit enter. And what this is gonna do is give me a list of related keywords. It's gonna give me different searches that I can use, right? So we have furnitures for sale, we have mattress sale, beds for sale, couches for sale, secondhand. So depending on what your offer is, that's what you're actually gonna use these keywords, right? So depending on what what you have, if you sell obviously secondhand, then you can go for secondhand. But if you're an online store that sells luxury furniture, so maybe you wanna do, maybe you wanna add the luxury in there, right? So let's see. Say luxury furniture for sale, there you go. So there's not a lot of search volume, so you may not get a lot of hits, and it's possible that this audience won't fire as well. But if you just sell furniture, right? Let's just go with that example for now. You will have to do a little bit of filtering yourself and go through selecting these. I mean, you can select all of them, and then once you have them inside your audience, your custom audience, then you can actually sift through, let's say keywords that are just not that relevant to your offer. So here's a way that you can go about that. So you just kind of, you'll copy, you can do it here or you could just do it later on. It's up to you. But I'm gonna copy all of these and then I'm gonna go back to my audience, my custom audience tab. And now you have two options here. So this one's people with any of these interests or purchase intentions, right? Now, don't get this misconstrued. A lot of people do choose the top one and they'll label it as a custom intent, but that one is really not custom intent. You want to actually select people who search for any of these terms on Google, because those are more custom intent, and then you just paste them in there. Now typically it is recommended for you to use 10 to 15 keywords at a minimum. You can obviously use a lot more than that, so you can maximize the reach, right? And you'll see on the right side, it'll give you some projections, some audience insights in terms of the number of impressions. So it'll give you the gender that searches mainly for these type of keywords, the age group, as well as parental status. All right, perfect. So yeah, essentially you want to sift through those keywords that don't match your offer and that'll basically fine tune your custom intent audience based on the keywords, okay? Now, it's important to understand, again, with these radio buttons, this has changed as of recently, the last year and a half or so. You used to have a custom intent audience option and a custom affinity option for you to create it separately. Now they just streamlined the audiences. All right, perfect. So now we're gonna do custom intent audience based on the URL. It's not the same way that you would set up a custom affinity. Again, we're gonna show you that in a few minutes. For the URL, it's basically, it's almost using the keywords, but you're doing it in a peculiar way. So let me break it down to you guys. So I searched for furniture for sale, for example, and I came up with this, and I got to this website here called Overstock, right? So it has all these furnitures. And what we want to do is we want to go to our keyword planner, okay? And in this case, we don't want to start with keywords. We actually want to do a website. So what I'll do is I'll copy and paste the website here. Okay, and I want to select this page specifically, home garden furniture. And we're gonna get a list of keywords that people have used to essentially land on this website. Okay, so this is custom intent based on the URLs, but also looking at the keywords that people are searching to get to those specific websites. And it's really like jumping into the competition in essence, right? Again, using this example. So here we go. So there's a lot of good keywords here that you can use. So for example, if people look for overstock furniture, but if they see a YouTube ad where you're showcasing your own furniture and it's appealing, then I think that you might have some good results there. So I would definitely do the same way with the filtering here. Normally go here, average monthly searches over 1,000. And in this case, again, you can do anywhere from 15 to 50. If you want to do 100, it's fine. So I just want to go ahead and copy paste these, okay? And again, the more broader you get, sometimes is better in terms of for scale, obviously. But again, you want to sift through those keywords as well. So again, this is based off of the website Overstock, right? So we got these keywords based on what people search to get to this URL. Okay, I hope that's clear. So again, for the naming, I'm going to put Overstock, which is the name of the website. And here again, you want to select this radio button, and you just paste it in there. So it's very similar to the keyword intent. I mean, they're just keywords, but essentially you're basing it off of a URL. So that's it. And then you would just obviously hit save, and you have yourself the custom intent audiences. All right. So while custom intent audiences do not allow keyword exclusions to be embedded on the YouTube campaigns, on the YouTube targeting side, these questions here will help you identify which terms should be removed from the list that you created, right? So for example, what keywords drive the most conversions in my search campaigns? If you're already doing search, you want to take that into account. What keywords assist the most in my search campaigns, right? What keywords indicate that I'm considering this product or service to buy later? And just as important as knowing your ideal audience, you also want to know what to exclude, right? So you can ask yourself, what keywords suggest that I'm researching this product or service with no intent to buy, right? So that's one way that you can look at it. Which keywords suggest that I'm looking for, let's say, a job related to this product or service. What keywords are homographs or homophones of my products or services, but are unrelated to this. So you can make those, you can get extra granular with this, is what I'm trying to say, and really filter out those keywords. Once you add them, once you have the list from the keyword planner, you can put them into the custom intent option, and these questions will help you understand what to leave out and what to include in your custom audiences. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about custom affinity audiences. With custom affinity audiences, these are users who are searching for, not specific keywords or specific URLs, but they are searching online for similar URLs, right? And they have an affinity towards, that's why it has the affinity on it. Now we're gonna look at how to create custom affinity audiences. so now for custom affinity audience, the way you want to do it is the same way. You go to Tools, Settings, Shared Library, Audience Manager, and you go to the Custom Audience tab, okay? And we like to label it as CAF, Custom Affinity, and whatever the title is. So let's just continue with the furniture example. So here, I want to do it by furniture. So, and you know, you can be a little bit more specific, say furniture keywords if you'd like. So we can take the same set of keywords, for example. So this is from our previous one. Well, let's do it based off the URL first. How about that? We're gonna do a URL, custom affinity audience, okay? So the way you wanna do it is very simple. You just copy and paste the URL into this section where it says, or people who browse websites similar to, okay? So notice on the right side, you're gonna see some projections, you're gonna see this category. Take a look at the topics that people are normally looking into when they visit this site. So that's very targeted, as you can see, and it can perform well. So this is the proper way. So again, remember, for custom affinity, on all campaigns, in all networks, this is the one that you want to use. People with any of these interests or purchase intentions, okay? Again, I know that purchase intention, you may think, oh, but this is custom intent. It is not custom intent, all right? It is custom affinity, okay? Custom intent is the bottom one here. So this is the affinity audience. This is based on the URL. And again, you would hit save. Now let's go ahead and do a custom affinity audience is based on keywords. So it would be very similar to this. You want to put, again, furniture for sale inside your keyword planner. Oops, you want to make sure you take this out. You want to just base it off of these keywords here. All right, so here we go. We get the same keywords list that we had before when we did the custom intent. You can select these 50 here. Go back. Custom furniture keywords, and I know the other one I didn't change the label here. The name you can put obviously overstock. That would be the ideal way to put it on the other one. So for this one, this is the keywords. You want to leave this radio button selected, and boom, you just copy and paste. And again, just remember, you want to take out things that maybe don't make sense. Like if you don't sell, you know, used furniture, right? You want to take that out. If you don't sell, let's say, bed frames, you can take that out and all that stuff. But you will still get some insights here. Look at the weekly impressions, 1 billion, 5 billion impressions. That is a big audience size. That kind of lets you know that this is an audience that can scale quite a bit, all right? Again, the topics, look, it's very, very, very targeted there. So that's essentially it in terms of custom intent and custom affinity audiences, how you can set them up. It's very simple. Obviously, you know, it's just a matter of understanding the different ways that Google, let's say, streamlines that information. They've just recently changed that not too long ago. You used to be able to create them separately. Now they've just kind of streamlined it, and they give you the options to set them up in this specific way, okay? So I hope that was helpful for you guys to understand the difference between custom intent and custom affinity, targeting audiences on YouTube. You know, lastly, I want to leave you with a couple of tips here that I have written down that you can take into account when you create these audiences for your own campaigns. So for custom intent, again, Google does recommend to have between 10 to 15. If you want to do 50 or more, it's up to you, but that's mainly the minimum amount of keywords that you want to have. Also URLs of the similar topic that you can search for. For custom affinity, our testing experience says that the more keywords or URLs or even apps, you can do by apps as well, the better the performance. So you can get real targeted with that. Also remember that for keywords, they are broad matches, right? So there are no brackets there for exact match or phrase match, modified or anything like that. They're broad matches on the YouTube campaign side. Okay, And also remember to try to avoid URLs that require a login, right? So you go to, look up your competitors' websites and make sure that it's just a regular website URL. You want to avoid anything that has some sort of login or it's gated. And that's pretty much it. Hey, if you want to see this in action, check out this video where we actually generated $50,000 in revenue in just under 2 to 3 weeks with a custom intent audience and only $6,500 in ad spend. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on all your notifications, as well as joining our YouTube Ad Buyers Facebook group, the link right below this video. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.